Aw, sugar now.
What's happening?
It's another day after the PLE.
Yes. And with that being said, what's happening, gang? It is your boy, Mr. FTW. I am here with the gang tonight, man. My boy Loud, and Murray. I'm with the beautiful Reptar, Mr. Superwoman, and I'm with my boy FTW Rock. And y'all know what we here for. It's been War Games. So with that being said, man, we're gonna let our girl Reptar go ahead and lead us down the show, man.
Yeah, they left me in charge. Hey,
Excited.
what?
Hey, calm down. Don't look so excited.
Listen, I'm in charge. I say what I want.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Dang.
But yes, not to belabor it any longer. Rockta put on some threads. But anywho, not to belabor it any longer. Our first match of the night was the War Games for the women. Team Rhea versus Team Liv. I don't know. I had mixed feelings. I think, as we've been saying, it feels rushed. It still felt the same way. I mean, everybody had their moments. Everybody did what they wanted to do. But at the same time, it did feel like meh. But for the cooking moments, sure, they cooked. They did what they were supposed to do for an opening act. But again, sure. That's all I got. How you feeling, Mr. Lyle up there, friend?
Woo-wee. I got quite a few feelings on this one. It was trash. There were some decent moments in the match where, like, a couple of cool spots I liked because Bianca had two braids where she was whipping one person, and then I think it was I don't remember. I think Io had her other braid was whipping somebody else. So there, I mean, that was cool. There were some funny spots and neat little moments.
That was Bailey.
Bailey, yeah, there you go. Thank you. Otherwise, no. I mean, the only story that was told in that was, okay, Rhea pinned Liv, which we kind of saw coming, especially with the riptide from the top, through the table. Cool. A nice riptide. She held her there, got her up, and put it through the table. Sweet. But I thought Botch City. The chair shots were horrible. They shouldn't have used weapons at all. The kendo sticks were horrible. If you're going to use weapons, use weapons. It's just that simple. And you ain't got to take somebody's freaking head off. At the same time, though, you ain't got to look like you're trying to swat a butterfly with a net either. You really got to lay into some, at least make some sound. These chair shots by everyone involved was absolutely garbage, and the kendo stick wasn't much better. I'll tell you, Rhea breaking that toilet seat was pretty sweet. She broke that over Raquel. That was like, okay, there you go. That's using a weapon. That shit just kind of everywhere. And then, of course, Io doing her thing in the trash can. Always wonderful. Did a moonsault in this one instead of just falling backwards. Definitely different. But, I felt like they shouldn't have done it at all. It didn't get me hyped, but I wasn't hyped to see the match anyways. So I wasn't expecting a whole hell of a lot. It pretty much gave me what I expected. So I guess I can't complain too much. I was more excited to see other stuff throughout this pay-per-view or PLE.
I mean, we're pretty old school. We still say pay-per-view. So, yeah, I have to agree. They had the moments. That's what I meant by the moments. But rocking his threads, what he got to say?
At first I missed a bunch of this match because I, didn't know about the time, but I did go over it while the press conference was going on. I kind of agree. I agree with Lau. Like we said, I've been saying for like 2 or 3 weeks now, the women's match was rushed. The storyline was not good. They kept on ignoring the fact that Bianca's working with Damage Control now. Even Damage Control is ignoring the fact that they're working together now with Io and Bailey. They never addressed that. It was rushed. It was rushed a lot. There was only 2 really good spots, really. The spot where he just talked about where Io did the trash can thing. Now, in my opinion, that was insane. That was an amazing spot. I would have completely missed everybody and broke my neck in my career, right? So that was amazing. I even liked who was it again? What is it again? Tiffany Stratton. She did the front flip whatnot, which was pretty dope for them doing it at the same time. Uh, she also could have cashed in at one point. That was kind of unexpected for her to have the briefcase inside a war game, which means that let everyone know that she planning on cashing in on somebody tonight. Just it didn't happen again. So that story's gonna keep on going. I really think that story's gonna keep on going till see the cash in on one of them, which will probably be at. This is my opinion. I think Royal Rumble. I think Royal Rumble is just gonna cash in on somebody and walk out as champion. Who I don't know. I really hope it's Mid Bourne. I hope it's her. But other than that, like I said, everything else really wasn't that good. The Riptide was good. Overall, like it was okay. It was alright. It wasn't the worst match, but far from the best.
Yeah, I felt the same way. Yeah, it was as I said, it was okay. I mean, granted, yeah, Bianca was thrown around all the way down to her braid. I felt like if they swung one more braid out of her, she was gonna hit the floor with the braid. The Riptide ending, sure, that was due Rhea Ripley for her lick back. You know, she was supposed to get that lick back. And to your point about the Money in the Bank, I thought it was clever, but it was fumbled at the same time. However, I don't think it should be Liv because it wouldn't make sense to the storyline of Nia Jax and Tiffany, the queen and the peasant thing. So I don't know. It could both go both ways, but I don't know. I guess we'll see for the next one. All right. Well, any other thoughts and anything like that? No.
I do want to say I forgot about that Money in the Bank moment, and Tiffany Stratton, shout out to her. She did show out tonight. She was one of the glowing stars in tonight's match. I loved her enthusiasm. You see how excited she was to get in that war. None of the other competitors were running down there smiling, giggling, like, all right, let's go get them. You're about to get into War Games. She was. It was hilarious. I'm like, all right, yeah, all right. Whoever she hadn't won over already at that point, she had to have won some more people over just tonight with her performance. So I'm excited to see what happens there with that. I'm with Rock, kind of. Although I think it might be if she doesn't cash in at Mania, it would make sense to me for her to cash in at Elimination Chamber, because if she wins at Elimination Chamber, it's the last one before Mania. She guarantees she's going to be in one of the Mania main events or something, because she's going to be the champion at Mania, so she's guaranteed a spot defending her title. So and that seems like that'd be a smart, okay, let's do that type thing. And it'd be a swerve because people usually expect the champions at Elimination Chamber, whoever's champions, to be the same people you're about to see at Mania. They're usually on posters and advertising it already at that point. So that would be a good swerve to us as fans to not even see it coming. Oh shit, now it's going to be Tiffany against whoever the Royal Rumble winner was or whatever. So I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, good synopsis. I mean, I don't know. I guess Elimination Chamber would make sense because that would be the blow up for the whole storyline. But I don't know. It still goes back to like who she gonna pick, and I feel like that was a good tidbit in that to show like she doesn't know and she's confused, or should she follow Nia Jax to do Liv, or should she just do her original plan and forget this lady? Let me just get her while she's standing here, And last but not least, that we did forget was Bayley did look at Io Sky with the eye, and Io Sky did the same thing. So that's what I was looking for in terms of storyline, as to Bayley and Io giving the eye, because they definitely just finished that last Mania. But I ain't trying to put no more spoilers in here. But yes, that was a mid match, but here we are. Hey family. So yeah, I will say let's make sure we remember the eye of Bayley and Io, who Tiffany's gonna pick. Those are definitely the two we gotta remember. But I think we can go to the next one, to our favorite match of the night. And I say favorite match and laugh because I wasn't prepared. So Shinsuke Nakamura versus LA Knight. Yeah. And and so I think this match shocked most of the world, I'll say 3/4 of the world was shocked. That's including me in this household. I say that
Mm-hmm.
because I was not expecting it this early. I expected it a little later for Lanite to lose his belt. Yes, I say Lanite because that's who I call him. But at the same time, I was not expecting it to be this early. I think it could have waited a little longer, but due to the crowd and how Triple H works with the crowd, hence CM Punk, granted, Shinsuke got it early. So yes, I was a bit shocked, to tell you the truth. I thought he was going to keep it, but once Bird started coming in, chiming in our chat, I was like, okay, I see what everybody's talking about. So that's me. It was good. It cooked. The matches was fine. Shinsuke showed a lot of moments that needed to be seen since he's been gone for 15 years, as my joke is running on right now. So, how do you feel, Mr. Rock? I'll let you go first this time.
I wasn't happy about it. Now I'm not mad that Shinsuke won. I'm mad at how they execute everything. Like you said, Shinsuke been back two, maybe 3 weeks top. And then he wins the United States title from LA Knight, who just had that belt customized about 3 weeks ago. When you get the belt customized, you keep it for a long time. When I say a long time, because they're actually selling that belt in the merchandise store in WWE shop. That's what they usually do or whatnot. So for them to have him chase it for so long and then have such a short reign, it just didn't feel right to me. He didn't really have any good banger stories. They didn't put him in no stories. Like the only story he was in was Andrade and Carmelo, and that was Andrade and Carmelo's story. So I don't like how they did it this time. Hopefully this is the story. You know what I mean? Hopefully they go back and forth. Kind of like how can I say, something similar to Seth Rollins and Bobby, or Austin Theory and Seth, and they were going back and forth for the title. Hopefully it's something where people they're going back and forth. One will keep it a couple months, next one get it, something like that. Or even a few Chris Jericho reigns where he was losing it and getting it back. But if they gonna just keep it like this and both of them like move on from this immediately, I'm not happy about it at all. Matter of fact, if both of them move on, LA Knight needs to be going for world title. I hope that's the reason why they got it off of him. If he's not going to go back for the title and go into an actual feud, I hope that's the reason why. If not, this was poorly executed. Not saying I love Shinsuke Nakamura and his new entrance. By the way, fire, new music, fire, the whole new theme, everything about it is fire, and I'm happy for it. But if they were gonna have him win, they should have brought him back like a month before they brought him back. Yeah, this match shocked the shit out of me. I thought he wasn't gonna lose. My boy Rock was just saying they customized it. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it is what it is. That's my opinion on it.
Yeah, I'm upset that they just customize his belt too, and then boom, it's gone. But luckily, they get to keep it as souvenirs at this point. But MTG, I see you just joined us. Please say your thoughts on Shinsuke and Lanite.
Well, pretty much everyone agrees with me. I didn't think he was going to lose the belt that early, and I thought he was going to retain. And like I said yesterday, I want to see a long-term feud between LA Knight and Shinsuke. I expected LA Knight to retain today and then have a long storyline between the two to go back and forth with the U.S. title. Like Shinsuke wins probably at Saturday night's main event or the Royal Rumble. That's when he takes the belt off LA Knight, and then they both have a long feud about it. Yeah, Shinsuke gets a few wins, and then LA Knight gets a few wins the next few pay-per-views. I might get that, but we might still get it, though. It's just that, yeah, we still might get it, though. And I hope we do get it.
Yeah, I agree, because he disappeared after that first feud with Lanite, so I'm just as shocked as you
Shinsuke
are.
Nakamura. Yeah, and Shinsuke Nakamura's music is still playing in my head right now.
No, it was fire. The whole get up and everything. It was given very much Mortal Kombat.
Yes, it is.
but Go ahead, Lyle. It's your turn.
I was a little confused because the music he had on SmackDown last night was different than the music he had tonight. I think last night's music was better. It was better. Tonight's music was not bad. I don't have any complaints about it except that last night's was better. So why the hell do you change it? Why is it two different musics? it's one night. Like what? Two different songs. What are
They
you
did the
doing
same thing
here?
with Braun Breaker. They did the same thing with Braun Breaker. If you don't remember, when he first got on the main
That is
roster,
true.
he had that.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, I
yeah.
know.
That- he did
That's
that
over a
one
little
song.
bit. This is in one night. Like this isn't just over. This is not over. This is different.
Because the song he did last night, literally, they only played it. That was on the second time they did it last night, and then they changed it again today. So that was loud talking about. It was kind of weird.
It's good. Tonight's music was good. Last night's was better, but it's whatever. I love this gimmick. I love this Shinsuke. I loved he came out with the actual Shinobi outfit this time. He had the face, the helmet and the face part. I dig it, definitely. I was definitely a little shocked. I wasn't super surprised that Shinsuke did win because honestly, and I love LA Knight. I do. I was wanting him to get his push back when they should have pushed him. I feel like they missed their mark on him, and his U.S. title run has been uneventful for me. It has not been exciting. I haven't been there's times when I forgot he was even champ. He was even there because I didn't see him for like 3 weeks or 2 weeks, whatever it was. Like, oh yeah, that's right, LA Knight's U.S. champ. Forgot about that. That happened way too many times for me. And if you're a champion, I shouldn't be forgetting who's my champ. Oh, it's LA Knight. Yeah, I shouldn't have to do that almost every time I'm trying to think of who the champion is.
But I don't think. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Glad Shinsuke is. I do think this is going to be like what MTG was saying yesterday. I think it's going to be a feud between the two. I want better matches if that's the case. I wasn't impressed with tonight's match. I didn't hate it, but I wasn't super impressed. This was my second worst match of the night. Like I thought the whole tonight was going to flop because we had the women's war games and then we had this. I was like, oh man, this is going to be a rough night. That was that was kind of my thought on it. That's all I really have to say about it. I love Shinsuke Nakamura. Congrats to me, a 3-time United States champion. Now let's see what happens with it. It's either they're gonna feud him and LA Knight, or if they don't, then Knight's momentum's just done. I don't see it's gonna be hard to come back from that. I feel.
I agree. I think that to your point as well, I think with the Tyson and Holyfield that Andrade and Milo was doing for that belt just been clipped out of nowhere without letting us know. And I feel like it was unfair because they were fighting for the belt originally, and then Santos was like the third wheel on a date. So it's like, what do you do in these moments? Do you just make it huh?
No, I said, what a way to describe it.
Yeah, like it's like a third wheel on a daggone date. Like, how dare you get rid of the literally a triple threat thing that could have been a fatal 4-way that you done made a 5-way now.
Thank you. All of them could be shooting for that belt. And if, like I said, if LA Knight and him don't be feuding for a while, just like Lau said, for some reason they're killing off his momentum. And that's terrible if they do. So, like, even while he had the belt, I agree with him. He didn't have any really major story thing going on, but that's the WWE writing fault because he's shown that you can give him the mic and put him in front of any crowd, and he can get the crowd going. He can get the opponent pissed off. You know what I mean? He can do it. Let him do it though. They people have him go out with the mic with no opponent a lot of times. Like what kind of stuff is that? That made no sense.
Yeah, I agree. And it's basically going back to when him and the Miz was cooking up promos and stuff, getting for the belt. Then lo and behold, he got knocked down the first time, and we all knew he wasn't going to take the belt off of Roman, but he got knocked down a few notches. Then he came back, momentum built up, got the belt. Now you're knocking him again. I really truly feel it becomes a 5-way or something, and gives Santos a 15th chance, or maybe give it to Birdo because Birdo was cooking. But I don't know. Like this is hard to say now because this knocked us all for a loop at the same time. Even though people were like, "Yeah, he shouldn't skate," but at the same time, we've been watching this so long. It's like, what do you do now? You broke up Tyson and Holyfield. You messed up the third wheel date. Like, what do we do now?
I don't get.
You know?
I don't get why they refuse to put LA Knight to the moon. He has everything it takes to do so. He understands wrestling. He understands the psychology. He understands the crowd. Like I said, he got great mic work. Every time y'all give him a good push, his sales go up in the WWE shop. Like, there's no reason not to. Like, I mean, I would have said the age thing, but Damian Priest is 41, 42. So I don't get it.
Yeah, I know that. Not only that, age doesn't really matter because if he could still win the world title, because I think he's like in 42. Because Bobby Lashley, he won his first WWE title at 42. I agree with you on that one. I agree with you.
He was Bobby Lashley was leaving now. He was 50. He was dang near 50. About 50
yeah, he's
now.
48 right now.
Yeah, so
he's like 48, 47.
Like, so he won it with Hurt Business. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you just gotta wait and see. It's like, wait till till next show, I guess, because we're all kind of at a loss here. But not to spend too much time on it, but just to go to the next one, unless someone else had something burning to say.
I mean, I did say this a few times. I have him winning next year's Royal Rumble, not the one coming up in 2025. I have him winning in 2026, LA Knight. I hope it happens.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, I think it's time for him to get his own belt again in terms of higher than US champ, because I feel like he's come out of mid-card way, but maybe he might need a little bit more in terms of how to stay consistent within the writing. And I guess it's more so backyard than frontwood, but at the same time, who knows? Right. So, yeah, but good point. Next but never least, it was the middle of the road that everybody said it was an excellent match in this room, and that was Braunulus Breaker, as I call him, versus Ludwig
Braunulus Breaker.
Braunulus Breaker. Yep, Braunulus Breaker. Braunulus Breaker Steiner, and versus Ludwig Kaiser and Sheamus with the shillelagh. Now, as y'all all know how I feel about Braunulus Breaker. However, the match was good. The match was really good. Y'all gonna hop off my nickname. It was really good. Just the leave my nicknames alone. You know how I feel about my nicknames. I truly thought this was gonna be Kaiser's moment. However, it was too soon for Kaiser's moment. I think that this would have been a good Sheamus moment, but however, Braun is still a powerhouse. He still got things to prove. He still has a storyline to show, I guess. But athletically and momentum wise, he still has a lot to prove. And I'm always here for the old guys as for Sheamus, but Ludwig or Sheamus could have won. I kind of was like, okay, well, he kept the belt, sure. That's just where I was. But the match moves, it cooked, it kept moving, it didn't stay stale. And then lo and behold, my internet started to act up. So I missed the shillelagh hit until after the pip of the commercials. But yeah, so I think that match was pretty good. But like I said, for the ending part, it didn't shock me. I think LA Knight could have been before the OG bloodline, in my opinion, because of the shock factor. But that's just me. How do you feel, MTG? I'll let you go first this time.
Really great triple threat matches. I was really looking forward to that. That's one of the matches I was looking forward to on the card. But I knew Braun was going to retain, but I wanted Sheamus to win. But I still want to see Sheamus win that IC title. Because he's never done that before. And I hope he does. As far as Ludwig Kaiser goes, if he would have won that, it would be a little too early for him to win, in my opinion. I mean, Ludwig is good and all, but now it's not the right time for him to ever win the Intercontinental title. Maybe later on in the future. Later on in the future, of course, but now, not right now.
Yeah, I felt the same. Lyle, what you think?
Match of the night up there with the main event. I think it might even be a little bit better than the main event on some aspects, at least. I really thought it was going to be Sheamus. I thought Sheamus was going to pin Kaiser and win the Intercontinental Championship and get his Grand Slam. I did. The way they played it, though, beautiful. They told a story in the ring with the match. Everything they did, it was beautiful. Very well done by all three men. I've been talking about Kaiser for a long time. I know Bossman's pretty high on Kaiser as well. Like, it's no secret the dude is really good. So yeah, this is probably going to be a United States or Intercontinental title reign sometime in his future. Who knows? It's possible. He stays with it, doesn't get too frustrated, and hangs in there. Yeah, why not? But right now it would have been way too early. So I'm happy. Yeah. I'm happy with the results. I like Braun Breaker a lot. He's the future of wrestling. He's going to be a multi-time world champion before he's done. He will be a Hall of Famer. Again, this is all pending on staying with the business, not pulling a Dwayne Johnson on us, But yeah, other than that, I was thoroughly entertained. I was excited to see the match, enjoyed the match. It brought me up from a otherwise kind of lackluster show at that point for me. I was like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, I mean, that was the match we all were looking for within our previous shows. So I'm glad it lived to our standards of what we were looking for in terms of actually watching War Games in the beginning. But go ahead, Rock. I ain't going to take none of your speaking time.
Oh, you all good? Shit, like this match was real good. Really nice. Like you said, this and the main event was two matches of the night. You can either go either or, however you want to see it. I wouldn't have been, like I said, I wouldn't have been mad at all if Luca would have won. I wouldn't have been mad if Shane would have won. Like, I'm not, this was the type of match where literally anyone on winning, I wasn't mad about it at all. And how they did it was great. The spirit that he gave Luca, he jumped over Sheamus. Dang near halfway across the ring. If you watched it, I watched the replay after he really did it. He flew to him and got him straight in the middle. That was fire. That's how he got Lucas out the way. And at one point, it looked like Lucas was gonna win. When he whacked off, he broke that shillelagh on Sheamus, and then he did his little DDT maneuver on who did on Sheamus as well. I think in the ring, or was that Braun? He did it too. I think it was Sheamus. Sheamus, he did it too, if I'm mistaken. So at one point, like I said, it looked like he was gonna win, and I wouldn't have been mad. I don't think it was too early. I just think if they executed right, it would have been good. So I knew Braun was gonna win when LA Knight lost, and I was like, okay, I don't think they're gonna let two mid cards titles change hands in the same night. Now, I wouldn't have been super surprised because they would have went for a double shock value. Like, okay, they already didn't expect Shinsuke to win, and then if Luka would have won, there would have been another shock value. That kind of would have made the pay-per-view go on. Oh, okay, it was a pretty straight pay-per-view too. Oh wow, all night was crazy. You know what I mean? Literally, with just that one win, that would have did that. But hey, I wasn't mad at it. I wasn't mad at it at all. Lucas is gonna get a title eventually, and he might mess around and get it while who's again is champion? While Gunther's champion. So they'll make Imperium look really, really superior.
Yeah, all good points. Like I said, it cooked the way it was supposed to cook, the way we liked it. And as we said was going to be like the match that we all were looking for, and it did what it was supposed to do. So what we appreciate on this channel is that a match does what it's supposed to do, even when we say it's going to do what it's supposed to do. So, any other burning thoughts?
Mm-hmm. Damn, I hate when I forget stuff when I'm about to say.
It happens. It was burning and then it poof.
Oh. What I was gonna say was, I think Braun Breaker is gonna outshine everyone in the future that's coming up. I think he's gonna outshine guys like Trick Williams, Melo Hayes. I do like those guys. I'm just saying that Braun's gonna be the one better than them.
We're gonna leave the Trick slander out of this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you guys. I don't know if y'all agree with me on that one, but
I would, and I wouldn't be surprised. But we also got to think over Phoenix about to come in, and he's been a beast the whole entire time. So when he comes in, he's pretty much Black Brown Breaker, except taller. So
And I
that's
also
gonna
want to see Jacob Fatu. Right. I also want to see Jacob Fatu versus Braun. Jacob Fatu versus Braun Breaker.
Fatu's gonna go by himself. We already know where this is going.
Yep. And what you call? I think that I even said it back in 2020, 2021. That's when Braun Breaker made his debut in WWE. First thing I said on NXT television when I was watching at the time, the biggest future rivalry in the future is going to be Solo Sikoa and Braun Breaker. They're going to main event WrestleMania once they move on from Roman, Seth Rollins, and all of them. Once they move on.
You speak too highly of
Roman. The industry.
I mean, not Roman, Solo.
I mean, the industry's always gonna move on without those guys. So they're investing in Solo. They're also invested in Jacob. Or hell, you probably now that I see Jacob is a little better than Solo. So Jacob might take that spot away from Solo. Might take that spot. Might.
Storyline wise, I don't think so. Not just talent, even my skills. Jacob's better on the mic too. Got a little snippet. But I seen him at MLW. And he's a beast on the mic. Storyline wise, he got the I Love Solo going right now. That's gonna last at least like a whole another year before there's any real tension between them. So yeah.
Yeah, we gotta stop giving Solo so much credit. He's cute for the mid cards. Okay, he's so cute. Yeah.
Wait. You can't ignore that. Solo's doing a great job.
Yeah, well, granted, from where he was, yes.
You gotta think. They told him so when Solo came in, he was actually more lean and more muscular. They told him to pack on the weight and take on the move. Even when he first did the Simone fight, it was like literally the week of Umaga's anniversary. They told him to start doing it. They told him to take on the Umaga moveset. He had a completely different moveset. Now he had some Samoan moves, but it was not replica of Umaga at all. Like he was not that. So when they told him to do that, he did it, and he's doing everything they told him to. Pretty much. If they told him, hey, we want you to drop this right now and do something else, Solo good enough to do that. Solo had some athletic flying moves when he was Solo. He actually didn't want to be involved with the bloodline at first. That's a whole different discussion. But yeah, I think Solo is doing whatever they tell him to do, and he's doing a great job at it. Because if any one of them other ones would have took over the bloodline, I don't think it would have hit the same.
True. Go ahead, MTG. I'm sorry.
What I was gonna say was originally, now that we're talking about Solo, I thought I did kind of predict that he was gonna take the belt off LA Knight, not at Survivor Series, but like in the near future when it was time for LA Knight to actually lose the belt. We didn't expect it was gonna be tonight. I did kind of predict that Solo was gonna beat him for the U.S. title.
If he would have been by himself, maybe. But if you're the leader of a faction, especially the ones that was dealing with Roman, there's no mid card stuff in there. You were dealing with Romans. You know what I mean? That you're top of the food chain. You go for it or you fail. It's all or nothing.
Yeah, but we got time to talk about that, right? Because we ain't even get to the other matches yet. Hold on. We cooking up too fast. Hold on. So next match is King Gunther Walter versus Damian Priestess from the Twins that I miss so much.
Damian.
I'm gonna need you to leave me alone with my nicknames. So
Damian. They're funny, they're just funny.
Sir, it's my show. I say what I want. Let me heal. I'm just
Yeah, I'm
joking.
not telling you to stop saying what you say. I'm not telling you to stop.
I'm joking.
telling
I'm
you to
joking.
Okay. It's just
So
funny. I'm entertained.
you are. I'm so glad. Welcome to my show. So with that match being
Right.
said, Gunta Walter, King Gunta Walter. The match was good. I think that once he saw the vulnerability from Damien when he messed up his arm, I think that gave him the edge to not be so vulnerable, even though I appreciated the vulnerability from Gunta because, like I said before, it was a nice touch. However, the best part of it that really got him, that pissed him off, was Finn Balor showing his whole ass. Excuse me for the kids watching at home. And that really made King Gunta Walter mad. And I say that because Gunta does not want to win that way. Just like how Damien did it to Finn when he was in Judgment Day. And he told Finn, I don't want to win that way. So at what point are we going to give Finn this match that he so wants? As opposed to letting him be an interference for these past couple of matches for God knows how many months now. So, of course, the title stayed where it was in King Gunta Walter's hands. But at the same time, yeah, I was upset. More so confused, but upset. With Finn more than anything, because the match was good. The match cooked really well. So I'm gonna let MTG over here is saying a lot of innuendos in the background. But go ahead, since you don't like my nicknames.
Oh wow. What I was gonna say was that I thought that feud with Damien Finn was over, and that was a damn good match between Damien and Gunther. I really enjoyed that, and I knew Gunther was gonna win, but I didn't think he was gonna win like that. Overall, great match. What about you, Doc?
Dang, now you're taking over the show. Okay, but go
my
ahead,
bad.
cook then.
Sorry, my bad.
I
My
want
bad.
to go last on this one.
Oh, you want to go last? See, I was even gonna pick you next. See, Lyle, you've been
read your mind.
summoned. You've been summoned.
Oh man, I didn't think it was that great of a match. I don't know what to say. It wasn't. I don't have a whole lot of negative to say about it. It just wasn't that memorable to me. The best part about it was Damien hurting his shoulder, so it gave a counterweight to the story that Gunther's been slacking mentally. He's off his game. Well, and at the beginning of the match, it looked like, oh shit, he's off his game. So they did tell a good story. Just as far as the execution, the Finn Balor was unnecessary. We get it. We know Finn still wants to get his hands on Gunther. I mean on Damien. But it didn't need it. The match would have been great. Could have been really good, memorable to me if without the Finn shit. That cat killed it for me. Honestly, I'm glad Gunther laid him out, I guess, but at the same time, he shouldn't have been there at all. For me, it killed the momentum. And I don't know. I've said it, man. Damien had his world championship run. I don't want to keep seeing him in the world heavyweight championship picture. And as long as there's being shenanigans during his title matches, he's going to have a legitimate gripe to get in another title match. So I'm glad Gunther came out the victory. That's all I really got to say about it.
I hear you. And before Rock says anything, I just want to let you guys know, and to Lau's point, Finn is not worried about Damien anymore. It's more about the belt. Remember, he wanted the title match and he still didn't get it. Part 2 is Damien got jumped outside of Survivor Series by Judgment Day. So I wanted to make sure that was put on the table before Rock got something to say, but we probably would have said it anyway, knowing us. But go ahead, Rock. Just wanted to jump that in there.
That's one of the things that I was gonna say about Damien getting jumped afterwards. But also, This was a pretty decent match to me. I wasn't mad about the match at all. Like you said, the thing with Finn was unnecessary, but I knew it was gonna happen. He kept referencing the fact they were mad about Damien getting a world title shot back in the world title picture for like a month now. So I knew for a fact he wasn't gonna let this whole match go on without getting involved in some type of way. Now, as you said, he may be mad. He may be slightly mad about the world title, but I still think it's about Damien. Okay, he didn't really reference the fact that he mad that he's not getting a world title shot. He just kept saying he's pissed off that Damien's getting a world title shot. You know what I mean? He's like, Damien don't deserve that. Damien. Not I should be world champion. He ain't even said that at all. Like literally since him and Self is done, he hasn't even mentioned trying to go back for the world title again. I think he's just more doing personal storylines until they build him up to getting the world title shot. And when that happens, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be after him and JD lose to tag titles, which I hope they do it real fucking soon. But yeah, Damien getting jumped afterward was a good touch on everything, and I mean we have to see what's gonna cook. We were hoping Damien was done with the Judgment Day, but evidently he's not, and I'm pretty sure him and Rhea is gonna end up, doing the thing, the Terror Twin thing again, which I'm not super upset about it, but I can do without it because they're both doing a lot better as far as well, I'm not gonna say Rhea doing a lot better because he's staying injured, but I think Damien is doing a lot better without the Terror Twin thing. As far as his character development and grabbing the crowd. Now he needs new music. If they're gonna give Shinsuke 2 different fucking theme songs in 2 nights, do some with Damien music. Damien music throws me off completely. I don't like it at all. It's trash. It don't catch my attention. I don't like it. His music with Judgment Day.
Rise for the rock star. Okay, but your gimmick's not a rock star.
His music with his Judgment Day music was way better. By the way, he did play into the fact that they called him bisexual or Undertaker by doing that triangle choke. I just want to throw that out there.
And I want to throw out there that is not a triangle choke. If anything, that is a go-go plata, or as people in wrestling can just call it, Hell's Gate. That's what that is. That was Hell's Gate, not a triangle choke, people. Not even close.
I mean, if you go on the game and you go to that move set, it's called the triangle choke. That's why they're calling it that.
And I would tell them at 2K they full of shit. That's a go-go plata.
They did that. They did that with THQ. They did that. That's an old move that they've been having on there for a while. That's what they call it.
I see it on there as Hell's Gate.
Yeah, now it's Hell's Gate. But I promise you, way back when it first was introduced, it was called the triangle choke.
Yeah, way back then, though, at the same time, that was way before people were so well versed on mixed martial arts. They probably just didn't know the difference.
Yeah.
Yes. And before we move on to this final segment of the night, the main event, I just want to take us time out for this great show and, give a shout out to our sponsors, our boy DA with Passport Republic and our girl Elizabeth Daily with Daily Clean. And if you want to be a paid sponsor and get your stuff showed on here 5 through 7 business days a week, all you got to do is hit the gang up, man. And if you want to sponsor your business, I got you, man. Just hit us up and we'll get some type of price going for you. We got great numbers to show you. And like I said, we go here live 5 through 7 days of the week. Anything you want to promote, we got you. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and play our 2 sponsors for the night and let y'all get back to this great show.
Hey guys, this is Elizabeth Daly with Daily Cleaning. Me and my mom Tammy have 15 plus years of experience in residential and commercial properties. Our services range from Airbnbs, debt cleanup, move in, move out, or even if you want to set up a personalized schedule for your home. Here with this video is our contact information. Please give us a call, or you can message us on Facebook, and we will be happy to give you a free estimate. Thank you.
And with that being said, man, I just want to thank and give a shout out to our two paid sponsors. And if you want to be a paid sponsor, just let me know and I got y'all. And with that being said, I'm gonna let y'all get back to the Survivor Series War Game post show as we go into the main event for the night.
You might always stay on. Dang, I tried to catch him.
Man, he did the sponsors, and that's what he was supposed to do. He did his job. It's my show. Anywho. So last but not least, it was the OG Yeet bloodline with the solo knockoffs. So yeah, it happened the way it was supposed to happen. With the OG bloodline struggling with the new the new knockoffs showing their dominance, and then it flipping, and then the CM Punk, and then the I don't like you, you don't like me, I'm gonna come out first, you come out behind me, the whole shebang. It gave everything that we were asking for. I think the CM Punk Roman thing was a great story because it kept us engaged. Paul Heyman coming out saying, please do right by us. Please do what you need to do. Please, because we do not like Solo. He's a load of crap. Down to his Just for Men that he just put in his head. It gave everything that we were looking for. So with that being said, I think even them circling Solo at the end, because I was prepared for them to pin Jacob after the table and Jimmy messing up his knee. I was prepared for the pin then, but it made sense to give a full ending with everyone circling Solo to bring him down properly. So yes, it gave what we wanted. It gave what we've been asking for all this time. Where do we go next is always the next question. However, where do we go next is The Rock. And what the heck was that favor that Paul Heyman and CM Punk talked about? So that's the cliffhanger on tonight's episode of Family Matters. But, Lyle, I'll let you go first this time as to what the hell and how you feel.
Anyone that's tuned in kind of knew that I wasn't that excited for this match for the simple fact that I saw a completely different version of the Bloodline Civil War that I've been waiting for over a year coming together a little differently. So I was kind of upset to have Bronson Reed and CM Punk in there. I didn't really even want Sammy in there, but it made sense being Sammy Uso, and I really do like that storyline with all that stuff. So the match itself was great. Like, it was very, very well done by all competitors. The story it did tell was fantastic. The way like you stated, with the CM Punk and the Roman Reigns interaction and within there, the friction, Roman hitting the spear on Punk, but then Punk still pulling Roman off the table when Bronson was going to go. Oh man, so that it was still told the story, and it told a different story than I had seen coming, which nothing wrong with. I was just, excited to see something finally. We need to see Rock ASAP. Come on, it's more than plenty of time. I was sitting there waiting at the end. While they were taking that slow walking back, I was waiting. God, come on, if you smell, let me smell it. Final boss music, something. Come on, let's hear it. And nothing. So that disappointed me. Kind of left on the low for me. Other than that, though, Jacob Fatu, man, for those that didn't think, I thought he legitimately twisted his knee or something. I'm pretty sure it was a work, but that shows how good he is and was when he did that. and missed so bad on that the Prius moonsault. Thought, oh fuck, he's done. He did it. I mean, crap. Sorry, he twisted his knee. It's over. But hopefully, he's not injured. I did hear at the press conference. I think Jimmy broke his toe on the big splash. Jay said he did. So we'll see if that comes to anything. They were holding him up. Jay and CM Punk, I believe it was helping Jimmy. I know it might have been Sammy. But regardless, he was limping a little bit. Man, yeah. The outcome, the future. I am looking forward to the future, seeing what we're going to see with the CM Punk angle and Roman Reigns. I don't really think it's going to be a title thing because they did shake hands at the end. It's like, okay, we'll move on. So I don't think either one's gunning for the other one at this point. And whatever that favor is with Paul Heyman, other than it being some kind of get me a guaranteed title shot because he knows that Paul can pretty much do that, I don't see it being anything other than a title shot. And I hope it is because the title shot's just too predictable. We'll see. Let them cook. I think we'll know by Mania for sure.
Yeah, I'm on your side about that. I definitely think that it could be Punk and Roman for the belt. I also was even thinking so far left would be a triple threat with Cody, him, and Roman. But that was me seeing it from a different perspective. Or like whomever fights gets a chance against Cody Rhodes. Something close to that. But, it could go either way. It can go your way. It can go any way. We just don't know where this storyline finna go. But, Rock, what say you?
Okay. Yeah, this match was decent. He wasn't. I wasn't disappointed by this match at all. I figure I already knew they were gonna be pretty good, and the storyline wise, we're gonna hold up because CM Punk and Roman, they're two of the best as far as telling the story. Sammy and Jay are really good at catching our emotions, and Jimmy pretty much just falls in. He pretty much does whatever story they need him to. If we need to be serious, he can be serious. If we need to be a comedic relief, he does that as well. So I knew they were gonna cook. I knew they were gonna have us hanging up. The Roman and CM Punk thing is definitely a big what if or they're gonna do type of thing. I love the fact that they're gonna owe Paul Heyman them is gonna owe CM Punk a favor now. And like I said, I'm pretty sure it's a title shot. I'm like there's nothing else unless it's like another type of backstory that goes on, something like that. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a title shot. Now, what I think would be a twist if let's say they get CM Punk, he says Paul Heyman goes there and say, "Hey, I'm gonna get you a title shot. I promise, I got you." And then CM Punk start cutting promos on the world champion, but somehow he gets like a speed title shot, and like screws him over, and that'd be a whole different storyline. Like that would be fucking amazing, right? Or even tag title shot. There's a shot that he doesn't want, but technically Paul delivered. You know what I'm saying? So I think that would cook if they did something like that. Cause then that would get Punk to be on their ass for a long time. And technically that damn near might turn that's gonna either turn Punk or Roman heel. So then you'll have a heel in that. That'll be a good way. Especially if Punk it's relentlessly attacking them, it definitely turn into a heel. There's no other way you can really turn into a heel right now because everybody's high on Punk and he's been great to everybody. So yeah. Great match, great ending. I wasn't mad at it at all. I was surprised that it didn't take more to get Bronson Reed down. But hey, I mean, his storyline is telling the story in the ring. So yeah, wasn't mad about it at all.
All right, MTG, it's all you.
Main event was very intense. Like I know Paul Heyman said that had like a secret or like he said he had like a favor. I thought we were gonna find out today, but hell, we might find out sometimes in the near future. And when Roman blocked CM Punk's way to get into the match, that right there made me predict, oh no, CM Punk is gonna do the go to sleep and cost the OG Bloodline the match. So I was like, The OG Bloodline might lose right there because of that. And there's a part where in the beginning of the match, you remember the part where CM Punk came out and then stick this hand inside of Bronson's face? Some people were saying that that's a shoot. Do you guys think it was a shoot? Do you guys think it was a work? Like, what do you guys think of that before I go on to more further?
I don't know. I couldn't tell. I didn't really read too much into it.
It was just Punk being Punk. I don't think he was doing anything honestly disrespectful. He wasn't trying to start any real shit. That's just, and I'm not a CM Punk guy, but I will say, seeing that, watching that, that was perfectly done. That's just trolls trying to start something. Oh, look, CM Punk's at it again. He's trying to do it. No, not this time.
And the match itself, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it wasn't better than the one from last year, and it wasn't better than the one that they had back in 2023, when it was the Bloodline versus Sheamus and Drew McIntyre, and I can't remember who the other two were on that time. It was this Bloodline match was okay, but what I really was waiting for is what that favor that Paul Heyman was talking about, and I was kind of speculating to see if CM Punk was going to turn on them. So it was kind of a predictable moment, which was intense and it was fun to watch. So overall, the main event was great, and I thought The Rock was going to come out, but yeah, but it was a good main event.
Yeah, all of us thought he was gonna come out, but it ended wholesome. Ended very wholesome as everyone turns their cameras off. So yeah, that was War Games. I think overall I would give it like close to a 4 out of 5. I'm just gonna talk to myself at this point because everybody's cameras is off. We love that for me. Well, I see Lyle now. But yeah, I think it was a pretty good War Games for what it was in terms of what we were looking for. As an overall, I think it could have gotten up to a 4, but yeah, that it had its moments. But anyone else have
2
anything
for
to
me.
say overall?
2 out of 5. Maybe a 2.5 if I'm being generous. But like I said, it started off the first 2 matches for me. I was like, oh god, it's gonna be this kind of night. It was the only thing redeeming out of it the whole night for me, at least, was the triple threat for the IC title and then the main event. Everything else I could have done without.
Yeah, true.
I would personally give it like a 2.8, close to a 3. The only reason why it's not a 3 is because the women's match. I wasn't too disappointed about this PLA. I'm not mad about it. I just didn't like the women's match was just not good. The storyline wasn't good for it, and I didn't agree with Nakamura winning. But me personally, I wasn't mad at the actual match. Nakamura LA Knight. I mean, it wasn't the best match, but it wasn't bad at all. Like, I don't remember any bad botches. The only thing I remember was the fact that LA Knight dropped the title in the beginning. When he did that, I kind of said, "Oh, that's not good. Not a good sign." And sure enough, he dropped the title at the end too. So yeah. Other than that, I wasn't too mad about the pay-per-view. It was pretty decent to me. Now it should have been more if they would have. It's just my opinion. We didn't need the women's match. They could have gave that to the Y6 and the Final Testament. That's all I'm saying. There.
That's a good one.
Yep. Yeah, we were talking about that in the last few shows on the Monday night shows. We were talking about that.
Yeah, if you're not going to have Dwayne show up, at least put the Wyatt 6 on a PLE. Come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Rock. The Rock definitely should have showed up, but they're what it is.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I always say controversial things or something of the latter, and I said close to 4 because I knew you guys were going to say something different. So that was just me testing the waters in the room. But yeah.
I wanted to say this right quick. I'm so sorry for cutting you off.
No, you're fine.
But I have recognized that they're not 100% sure about when The Rock's coming back because nobody including the old blood, OG bloodline, or the original blood, or the new bloodline. They haven't even mentioned The Rock. They haven't mentioned that, like, even after that week, the next show, they didn't even mention the fact that he popped up. They're not referencing that at all, like not even a little bit, because they don't know he's gonna come back. They know he's, well, I'm pretty sure fans be changing and whatnot. So, well, by the way, Red Ones, like a $200 million budget, only did about 40-50 million. We're gonna get the final boss back pretty soon, guys.
Yeah, all good things.
Yep.
Yeah, all good things. But yeah, just to end it off, anybody else have anything to say before we say goodbye to our fans watching?
2.8 of the show. I agree with Rock. 2.8.
Yeah, fair enough. But thank you guys so much for a heck of a show. We did actually out an hour. Look at us, won't he do it? But yeah, as we all know, FTW gang is where it's at. Mondays we have the Monday shows and we have the Tuesday shows where Bonafide better. She should have been here too. Just thinking about it, she should have been here. And then we have Mr. Lyle on Wednesdays. We have the Lockup on Thursdays, and we have Fight or Flight on Fridays. As you know, Saturdays and Sundays is our PLEs. Did I forget something? Please let me know if I did.
Monday, get busy.
There you go. I couldn't even think of the name to save my life. I said we had the Monday show. See, I did say Monday. But yeah. If all hearts and minds are clear, deuces, fans. Deuces.
Good. Y'all have a good night. Thank you, everyone.